This is the unofficial start of the video. Well, we put up the Christmas tree and now everyone is out in the living room taking a little Sunday afternoon snooze on the couch, and I thought I would sneak away into the studio where I left a few little crumbs on the table to get today's journaling started with. And what I've done is paste Michelle's letter inside of this beautiful sparkly butterfly card. And she wrote me such a wonderful letter. Dear Possum Patty, thank you for my mushroom. I truly love it. Thank you for all the time you spend educating and entertaining me. I have not enjoyed journaling this much since I was a preteen. I'm 51 now, LOL. I've always loved writing, but never in this way. It's really crazy how life happens, how we can find happiness in the simplest of this thing called journaling. You have inspired me to just have fun with paper. Many moments have encouraged me to push my boundaries. I hope you enjoy what I call an ephemera folder. Each piece is created to be used by you if you wish. Thank you again. You'll never know how much you and your channel mean to me. You've truly changed my life. Can't wait for what lies next. Bless you, Michelle. P.S. I bought the card to write this note on, but I decided to leave it for you to craft with. Well, I pasted a note inside of a card. And this is the ephemera folder that she gave me. And I've already taken the possum out and put it in my awesome possum journal. But what I didn't know at the time was there was this little pocket here with this beautiful mason jar and this wonderful cardinal and goldfinch and bluebird and chickadee gathered together on it's a cherry tree or an apple tree. Maybe it's a cherry tree. Gorgeous. I love mason jars. I have to think about what I can use this for. I hope I don't forget about it, tucked away in this pocket. I didn't even see it at first, right? Lots of fun stuff. Oh, and there's a little band to hold it closed, but I was looking at it, so I took the band off. I'll put it back on later. So I thought that I would go through my sparkly butterfly box and pick out a few butterflies to decorate the inside with. Probably have room for a couple little ones. Anyway, do I want sparkly ones? And what I did was just cut up, sticker sheets of butterflies and put them in here. Well, I dumped them all out because the little ones that I wanted were mostly all at the bottom. And these, I love these. They have just a little bit of sparkle on them. They're not the holographic kind. They're not the puffy kind. They're not the three-dimensional kind. They're not the Tim Holtz kind. They're not the Dollar Tree kind. And there's one little sparkly bee carrying a bucket of honey that is adorable. I should probably stick that down somewhere before I lose it. I don't know if I'm going to use all of these. I'm just seeing what I have here. I put those bees there. I'll give them a flower or something in a minute. I just don't want to lose them. They're so small. Okay, now this is three-dimensional. So this is not a part of this set. So I don't think I'm going to use that one, although it does look pretty up there. Maybe I will use it. Okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to take this off as best we can. And still kind of lumpy. Doesn't have to be perfectly flat. But that's going to give me a good spot to put some glue on. like that. I need some more of this glue. My other bottle got really dry. I threw it out. I got tired of squeezing and squeezing. Okay, so that'll go there. Looks like it wants to fly away. Stay there. Stay there. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and glue these down somehow. Let's see. I put a little paper clip on there. I hope that stays down long enough till it's glued tight. And I've got my butterflies flying up there. And down here I've got my busy worker bees. So let's give them a flower. Just sketch one in quickly. Like that. Of course, you need some ground if you got a flower. And then the little bees are coming from the flower. Actually, they don't have honey, they've got the pollen. And they'll take it back to the hive and make some honey. Some busy bees. The other thing that I left on the table, well, there's a lot of things on the table. There's too many things on the table. Okay. Was this beautifully crafted stick. To live a creative life, we must lose the fear of being wrong. Okay, we'll let that dry. And what I did was, I skipped over this page because I thought it was a little thin to put the heavy cards on. But I'm thinking if I fold it in half and glue those two sides together, I can make a little pocket for the stick. And this is on the table because it's left over from that background over there. Or I thought this would be too matchy-matchy. I don't want two trees across from each other. That was from the envelope that card came in. Howdy, Possum Patty here. And Yepers, I'm back in the studio to do the official intro. Let me show you what I've been working on. Maybe I'll do a little bit more and get something done before I do the official outro. So come on along. I believe when I shut off the camera earlier, I was just about to look through this very large Beatrix Potter book for an image to put on this page. And the first picture that I opened up the book to, I wound up using. And it is this adorable little mouse who is threading a needle, and the mice are working on some embroidery. And I backed it with the same scrapbook paper that I used for this tag. And I made a pocket. I did punch a thumb hole and do a little bit of distressing because I thought that went well with the old image. And the reason why I thought the mouse was perfect, possum perfect, was because the mice are creating this beautiful embroidery. And the saying on the stick, which we read before, to live a creative life, we must lose the fear of being wrong. And the little mice are being creative. Well, that's going to go in the pocket like that. But I'm thinking about putting something at the top. and cutting an image to put on this side. Oh, let's go back and check the card and see if the butterfly stayed on. Oh yeah, okay, that is on there. Beautiful, beautiful, okay. All good so far. Yeah, so what I'm going to do, maybe see this side's got the cats. And then the bunnies came from Jean. So I might put another mouse here or something. Oh, you know what though? There's some more embroidery in the book. That mouse is from the story of the Tailor of Gloucester, I believe. I'll go back to the title here. Yeah, the Tailor of Gloucester, and maybe I'll pick another one. Oh, look at this one over here. That is adorable. Oh. All right, that's a possibility, but one for the other side. Oh, mice are all dressed up. She's adorable. Okay, I'm gonna choose. I like this piece of embroidery here. Okay, I'm gonna, hit another mouse. I'm gonna cut out a couple of things and we'll audition them together. Well, I did cut out the little black and white one. And I might just decorate this side. I don't know if I'm gonna put anything else on this side and just leave this being a pocket for the stick. But I might put a little black on the background there and just put that down in the corner. Just to put a little something there. That's my bird clock. And I haven't got up there to fix that yet. Yeah. It's the mourning dove clock, but that's not a mourning dove. So let's see. So I'm going to put that there. And then I cut out the piece of embroidery that the mouse was working on. And that is a gorgeous picture. And I could fit it right across the top. I'm thinking about leaving that bit there so you can see that this is a ledger note paper. The colors go really nice with the top of the stick too. But you know what? I might cut it here. Give that a little bit more interest. Okay, I got to take a little bit off. A little bit off, probably right there. So I was putting up the tree earlier and decorating it, and then sat down to take a break, and then I went out and took my walk, and just a busy day overall. And I gotta get my cutter here. And I was thinking before about some of the things that I wanted to journal about. And I believe I need to write them down because I'm, not that I'm getting behind because I don't have a schedule. So if you don't have a schedule, you can't get behind. But I do have things that, eventually I would like to journal about. And I don't want to forget some of the things because, the brain, she's a broke. It's easy to forget. So I was thinking, if I had a big jar, and every time I thought of something that I wanted to journal about. You know, if I just wrote it on a little piece of paper maybe and popped it into the jar, that maybe on some days I can make, you know, like a little game of it. And, you know, reach my hand into the jar and pick something out and make it a challenge to journal about that thing that day. Now, this might be fun. This might be fun. I know it was Brittany Linger, and she did a challenge for herself and pulling out choices like to journal with, and you know, Janet Nash does prompts where she now I'm thinking I want a ribbon here, because this is a beautiful piece of embroidery and a little bit of a ribbon there. Okay, while that ribbon is drying, I am going to cut out that little mouse. Here he is. And just fit him on a little card for down here. Should I make another pocket? In case I'm going to come back and stick something in there. Maybe a very small pocket that doesn't even look like a pocket. So I could either use it or not use it. You know, a lot of times I'll start a project and I'll do it for a little bit. And then, you know, I won't do it for a while, but then maybe another time I'll go back to it. So if I start this thing with the jar, I don't know how often I'd really use it or if it'll be fun at all. I guess there's no harm in trying. I mean, if it's fun, I'll just keep doing it. If it's not fun, I won't. But at least I'll have things written down that I want to journal about so I don't forget. So something good may come out of it either way. Be my jar of possibilities. Things that I could journal about. Okay, this has to be this wide. Okay, as soon as I do this, I'm going to show you what I'm doing on my Christmas Caravan. And then it's going to be a lot of work off camera to get that going. Probably make this about like that. I want it to just look like it's a background for the mouse. But it's really a pocket. So I gotta use my beacon glue. I'm not gonna punch out a little thumb slot because that'll make it look like a pocket. But this will be like a secret pocket. So I'll even leave a little border at the bottom and then just glue that little mouse down on there. And it doesn't look like a pocket at all. I have several more Happy Mail pages that I need to make. And the stuff for that is all under the table right now. But I will be pulling that out. Ooh, I could add those names to the jar. There, that's cute. Cute, cute, cute. Oh, where's the stick? Here's the stick. All right, so the stick's going to go right in there. All right, one more thing. So this is my Christmas Caravan, my Christmas camper shaped journal to be used as my December daily. And I've been working on the cover, the outside of the cover. I still have a lot of things to do. I'm going to put a picture there. I'm going to put a window and some more sparkly ribbon and decorate it all up for Christmas. But I'm not worried about that because I can add those things as I go along. But December's just around the corner, so what I need to do is finish the inside. And I'm going to cover these with paper and put some material in the center. And then I have to put in the signatures. Now this is longer than 12 inches. And usually I would just take a piece of paper that was 12 inches and fold it in half. And get a few of them and sew it in there and be done. Well, you can't do that unless you have a piece of paper that is really, really long, that long. So what I did was I made a template, the shape of the caravan. Now I could have gone with just a plain rectangle, that would have been just fine, but I decided to put a little dome at the top because this is a shaped journal, right? And so I used this template to cut out a whole bunch of paper. But now I have to put the pieces of paper together so that I think it goes the other way. It goes this way. I have to bind these papers together so that I can sew them into the journal. Now I decided that since this was a December daily, that I would use 8 sheets. You get 4 pages on 8 sheets, so that'd be 32 pages, which is fine for a December daily, especially when the pages are this big. So I need 8 of these. So I'm going to do 2 signatures with 4 in each signature. So first I have to put these together, and then I will have 8 long sheets, and then I'll divide it into 4 and 4, and then sew them in, and I will have 4 sheets, and 4 sheets is 8 sheets, and 8 times 4 is 32 pages. Did that make sense? Okay. So, because the papers are single-sided, half of this is going to be blank, but that's just fine. Every page will get decorated anyway. I love these colors. So I did take the paper from the same pack that I did the cover, but I ran out of different designs, so I pulled some from a different Michaels pack, and that's sort of this gray, gold, white. Mix it in with the pink and the teal. So now to put these together, you're not going to put like these two together. Because if you do that, then they won't be together when you sew in the signature. So you've got to be careful on how you lay it out. So that one will get matched up with the back. And then this one will go face down. And that'll get matched up with the one that's going to be opposite there. And then this one will go up this way, and this one will go up that way, and this one will go that way, and this one will go that way. So believe me, they're all matched up. Now, how do I put them together? I took a mailing envelope. This is Tyvek. This is the same stuff that I used to put the spine on the covers with. Very strong, very flexible. And I cut some thin, tiny little strips. And I'm going to just make some room here. Put this down. And the Tyvek does need a little stickier kind of glue. So I'm going to use some beacon glue. Hope I have enough in here to do this. I need to get some more. Put a little bit of this on there, spread it around. Okay, I'm going to lay this on half. And I'm going to lay this on half, like that. Now on the spine, I put Tyvek on both sides because, you know, that's the heavy cardboard and the book is going to be opening and closing. But you don't really need that for the paper pages. Just one side is enough. And if you don't have Tyvek, you can use anything that you think will withstand some stitching and some bending. I have used little pieces of scrapbook paper, and the only thing I found with using the scrapbook paper that is like a cardstock like this is when you get all these little extra pieces folded, the center gets kind of chunky, but that's okay. They work fine. They work fine. I just wouldn't use like a thin kind of paper to do this because you want something that's going to be a little bit sturdy. Now I cut these squares, so that has to get trimmed at the top, but I'm not worried about that. And that is all that is. And I'm not going to bend it until it is dry. So that is all I do. So I'm going to sit here, okay, and work on this. I'm checking to make sure everything is still kosher. Okay, so these have to go down like that. And I think on this one, I'll put the tape on the blank side. If I put the tape on the blank side, then I don't have to worry about covering it up because I know for sure that those pages are going to get covered up. This beacon glue rubs off nicely. By turning it over, I can check, piece of plastic. I can check, see that everything's all lined up, rub off any extra glue. Actually, I can hold this up to the light and see if this is in the middle or not. Actually looks pretty good. It doesn't have to be exactly in the center. Close enough, close enough. So this was the first one, and then this one's going to go like this, so that when I bend it, you can see now that those pages are together, and those pages are together. So you can check it before it dries, make sure you've got it correct. Okay, this is going to take me a while because I have to do 2 signatures. So I just want to thank you for coming along today. Well, I did a little bit of journaling, and now I'm going to work on my caravan. So this is my breadcrumbs for today. Because everything is cut out and ready to go and be put together. And then while this is drying, I'm going to decide the paper that I'm going to put on the inside. But I'll show that to you in the next video. So I just want to wish everybody happy junk journaling. Bye-bye.